I just think we'd be better off as friends, she said, her voice calm, too calm, like she was ordering coffee, not ending 8 years of marriage. Her name was Claire. And that sentence shattered something inside me I didn't even know was fragile. The word friends hung in the air between us, soft and poisonous. Friends. As if that could erase the nights we held each other when the world felt too heavy. As if friendship could replace the memory of her trembling, "I love you." When we were broke and building everything from nothing. I stared at her across the kitchen table, the same one we'd built together, sanding the wood until it felt like home. Friends. I repeated, my voice barely recognizable. She nodded, eyes red but dry. We've grown apart, Jake. You're not the man I fell in love with. There it was. The polite phrasing people used to end things without saying the real reason. The man I fell in love with. The past tense stung. Is there someone else? I asked quietly. Her eyes flickered, so brief I almost missed it, but I'd known her long enough to see the truth. She didn't answer. She didn't have to. 2 weeks later, I was standing in the empty apartment that used to be ours. Her perfume still lingered faintly, mixed with the scent of lemon cleaner. The silence was thick, oppressive. Divorce papers signed, rings returned, promises broken. I told myself I was fine. I told myself I didn't care. But every night, the ghost of her laughter haunted my walls. She texted once, just once. I hope we can stay friends, Jake. You'll always be important to me. I didn't reply, because I knew that friends wasn't about me. It was her way of easing her own guilt. But fate, or whatever cruel force governs broken hearts, had other plans. 3 months after the divorce, I ran into her best friend, Maya, at a local cafe. She spotted me first, waving from the corner like the sunlight itself had chosen her side of the room. Jake, she said, eyes widening. Wow, it's been. What, forever? Maya had always been the quiet one among Claire's friends. Loyal, grounded, the kind of person who remembered birthdays and actually listened when you talked. She'd been there during our wedding, smiling from the second row, holding Claire's bouquet while she adjusted her veil. I hadn't seen her since the divorce. I wasn't sure I wanted to, but Maya wasn't awkward about it. She didn't dance around Claire's name or offer pity. Instead, she just said, "You look thinner. Eating properly?" That simple question broke something open in me. Because no one else had asked how I was doing, they either took Claire's side or stayed silent. But Maya? She looked at me like I was still human. Trying, I admitted. We talked for hours that day. About everything, music, work. The strange quiet that comes after heartbreak. She made me laugh again, something I hadn't done in months. When she left, she said softly, "Don't disappear again, okay?" I promised I wouldn't. Over the next few weeks, we started meeting more often, coffee on Sundays, long walks along the river, sometimes late-night calls when sleep refused to come. It was easy with her. No judgment, no pretending. One night, sitting in her car after watching an old movie, I said, "You know, Claire always used to say you were too good for most people." Maya chuckled. "Yeah, well, she said that about you too." That silence afterward was thick with unspoken things. She looked at me, her eyes soft and searching. "You still love her, don't you?" I thought about it. The truth was complicated. "I love who I thought she was," I said finally. "Not who she became." Maya nodded. "That's fair." She didn't push. She didn't try to fix me. She just sat with me in the hurt, and somehow that helped more than anything. Then one night, out of nowhere, the truth surfaced, like a shard of glass catching the light. We were at Maya's place, sharing takeout, laughing about something stupid when she suddenly went quiet. "There's something I should tell you," she said, eyes darting to the floor. I set my drink down. "What's wrong?" She hesitated, then whispered, "I knew about Claire. Before the divorce." The world tilted. "Knew what?" I asked, though I already felt my stomach drop. Her voice broke. "About the affair." I told her to stop. I begged her to tell you before you found out yourself. But she said you'd never forgive her. She said you'd hate me if I told you. The room spun. She was cheating. And you knew? Maya's eyes filled with tears. "I wanted to tell you. Every time I saw you, I wanted to. But she was my best friend, Jake. I was caught in the middle." I stood up, pacing, fury and pain colliding inside me. "You were the only one who could have told me." She flinched. "I know. And I'll hate myself forever for staying silent. I wanted to yell, to accuse. But all I saw in her face was guilt, real crushing guilt. The same guilt I'd carried when I ignored all the signs. I walked to the window, staring at the city lights. Who was it? I finally asked. She hesitated. A guy from her office. Daniel. The name felt like poison on my tongue. After that night, I didn't talk to Maya for weeks. She texted me once. I'm sorry. For everything. I didn't respond. I couldn't. The betrayal felt too tangled. Hers, Claire's, my own blindness. But time, as cruel as it is, softens even the sharpest wounds. Months passed. I started sleeping again, working again, laughing again, small victories but real ones. And then one day Maya showed up at my door. I'm moving away, she said. New job. New city. I wanted to say goodbye properly. There was something final in her tone that made my throat tighten. I nodded. You deserve that fresh start. She smiled faintly. So do you. There was silence, heavy, unfinished. Before she left, she said softly, for what it's worth, she's miserable now. The guy cheated on her too. I didn't ask how she knew. I didn't need to. Life has a way of evening the scales. Weeks after she left, I got a letter. Actual pen and paper in her handwriting. Jake, I don't expect forgiveness. But I hope you know despite everything I cared. Not out of guilt but because I saw who you were under all that pain. I hope you find someone who doesn't just say they love you, but chooses you every day. You deserve that. Maya. I sat there for a long time holding that letter. And for the first time in years I didn't feel anger. Just peace and maybe something like gratitude. Because in the wreckage of one betrayal, I'd found something unexpected. Honesty. The kind that hurts but heals too. Months later, I was at the same cafe where Maya and I first met after the divorce. The place hadn't changed, but I had. Claire walked in. I almost didn't recognize her. Thinner, quieter, her smile forced. When she saw me, she froze. Jake, she said softly. You look good. I nodded. You too. We made small talk, awkward, polite. Then she said it again, the same words that had started it all. I hope we can stay friends. I smiled faintly. I already have a friend, I said, standing up. And she's nothing like you. Her expression fell. I walked away before she could respond. Outside, the air was crisp, the world quiet. I thought of Maya, of her laugh, her honesty, her goodbye letter. And for the first time, the memory didn't hurt. Claire had asked to stay friends after the divorce. So I did. Just not with her.